Hi friends, it's me, Pastor Barbara. Today is Epiphany of the Lord, and I wanted to share a short devotional with you because I think it's really important that we somehow mark this day in our lives. This is the 12th day of Christmas, and we then begin the Epiphany season, the season of light and love of Jesus Christ for all of us. So I wanted to share a scripture with you and a devotional that I did find elsewhere. And I just want to ask some contemplative questions. I want you to treat this time as a time of pause and reflection and an introduction to the light of Christ. So hear these words from Matthew 2, verses 1 through 12 and 2:1. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star at its rising and have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all of Jerusalem with him. And calling together all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of the wise men where the Messiah was to be born. And they told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it has been written by the prophet, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Well, then Herod secretly called for the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. And then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word, so that I may also go and pay him homage." When they heard the king, they set out, and there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. And when they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. On entering the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they knelt down and paid him homage. And then opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. And after having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road. The Great Conjunction, also called the Christmas star, was on December 21st, 2020. And I don't know if you had an opportunity to see it. We did right before the clouds came and covered it. And it was amazing. See, on this day, Jupiter and Saturn came closest together than they have in like 400 years. And it's predicted that it will not occur again until March 15th, 2080, among some scholars. Now, some have speculated that this could have been the heavenly phenomenon that led the Magi to the Christ child. But whether it was or wasn't, I think is less important. The Great Conjunction of more importance is the coming together of the Magi's search and the Christ child's glory. When that great conjunction occurred, it was a time to celebrate, right? And they did. They found the child, they knelt down, and they offered these amazing gifts. 2020 has been darker than 100 midnights for so many. Many have found themselves looking for answers and cures and comfort and peace and reassurance. Others have been looking for purpose and work and security and justice. Their journeys may be long, the nights may be cold. We have a tendency to rush to December 25th, right? That's Christmas. And we put all our energy into Christmas Day, and then we abandon the days that follow, the 12 days. The wise men, though, they journeyed and they searched and they got there to Jesus and his parents a really good time after his birth, up to 2 years. But despite the length of time and the delay, they got there and they encountered the light of Christ and God's great glory. So I have a question for you. Did you find in 2020 that for which you were looking? Did you find in 2020 that for which you were searching? Don't give up. Search and seek and follow God's call well into 2021. You know, Epiphany is today liturgically, and it reminds us that God's revelation does come. It may not come when we want it or how we want it or through whom we expected, yet God is faithful to answer and to reveal. The revelation of Christ meets and answers our search and our longing, and that, my friends, is the greatest conjunction. This is a reason to celebrate and be overwhelmed with joy. So I hope you take some time to be silent and to reflect and to share what the scripture means to you. And how is God calling you? What is God calling you to do? But maybe more importantly, how is God calling you to be? And what epiphany or revelation is God speaking into you tonight, my friends? Happy Epiphany, and God bless you. Bye-bye.